Dr. Schwab, thank you for joining me. Many analysts have said that you and the World Economic Forum and its billionaire bankers and technocratic elite that it and you represent have a very different agenda than what you're stating. Many analysts who still have like two normally functioning brain cells left in their fucking craniums are making the observation that although you and your billionaire elite members all use these like tired, overused, and now literally meaningless buzzwords of identity politics, assholes, words like inclusion, sustainability, civil society, that coming from the very billionaires who've built their fortunes, destroying the environment and denying people a fair wage, and sort of disregarding any semblance of civility, never cared about the inclusion unless it was profitable or politically expedient or legally necessary, and are about as civil as a hatchet fight, to suddenly put the very criminals themselves who caused all of the problems in charge of the solution is kind of like putting Jeffrey Epstein in charge of the kindergarten. You know what I mean, Klaus? That, in fact, this is just a bogus rubric for what is, in fact, a thinly veiled and hyper-cynical, neo-fascist, authoritarian usurpation and takeover of the nation state and the implementation of a rigid surveillance police state by this technocratic elite under the guise of a health emergency, which is statistically about as safe as getting a car, driving in a car. It's like a typical flu. So that in fact that under the cover of this flu, that literally every single authoritarian fascist plan and scheme and shitty project and oppressive rule and constraining law and outrageous unscientific regulation, suffocating restriction and every tin horn authoritarian and fuckwad is literally coming out of every crack and crevice in our society to, help us. Can you please help us navigate this utter bullshit of this fucking Great Reset and this fourth industrial revolution that, soccer moms are just now learning about, it and you at this late stage in the game. Please help us gain a more thorough understanding of this fucking fascist bullshit. Thanks.
Today our societies embark on the Great Reset. COVID-19 has changed everything forever. We have heard a lot about this term, the new normal. What is this new normal? In this new normal, you will own nothing. You will be happy. You will rent everything from the Jews and the billionaires who own all those things that you used to own, but now must rent from these Jewish billionaires. But you will be free from all the things that used to hold you down and that you now must rent from the Jews because you own nothing. Like a migrant worker in the new virtual economy, you will perform your assigned tasks and be given credit to your biometric microchip if you perform your assigned task to our satisfaction. We have been trying to get control of all of your lives for decades, and now it is within our grasp. COVID gives us a unique opportunity to exert an iron grip around the necks of every man, woman, and child on this planet, and to tighten that grip until they produce their lovely pubescent and prepubescent daughters for our pleasures. But we will treat them nice, and if your daughters make us happy, we may give them a small tip to take home and share with the family. The days of enjoying a drive in the country with your family or lover are over. The days of going into a jet airplane and flying to an exotic destination and shitting all over it are over. The days of giant cruise ships where fat, stupid Americans and Europeans eat and shit all over their dolphins and whales are over. These are unsustainable. They will all be replaced by virtual cybernetic experiences provided by our major partner, who has committed to making the world a phenomenal cyber experience. Through our partnership with Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg's Oculus virtual reality, the people of the world can travel to exotic virtual locations without ever leaving their bedrooms. And in these unique virtual vacations, they can enjoy it with Mark Zuckerberg, who will be there the whole time, making sure that the community is safe as Facebook has always been. Imagine going to an exotic virtual paradise where the water is clean and the beach and sand is white or brown or whatever color you like. And there on the beach is Mark Zuckerberg and his wife, Priscilla Chan. This COVID infection has changed everything. The billionaires and I are now in control of everything. And we will decide what you do with your time, where you can go, what you can think about, and ultimately who lives and who dies. We control everything. And there are no leaders who are powerful enough to resist this Jewish money that is paying for this new reset. The two bankers who own and control them all. That's right. Your presidents, prime ministers, governors, mayors, congressmen, senators, dictators, and strongmen and warlords alike are all taking our Jewish money and are all going along with that Jew plan. And what is this plan? The plan consists of many elements, all working together to make the world a more inclusive, sustainable paradise. Instead of getting new toys every Christmas, the rich children will give their old toys to the poor children after they have used them. And the poor children will learn to enjoy their new toys after they have cleaned the spit from the rich children off of the toys. And then the poor children, after playing with the toys and the penises of our billionaire friends, will rotate these toys among themselves, and each child will learn to clean the spit off their toy before giving them to the next child to play with, between playing with the penises of the billionaires, and so on and so on. This is the new, sustainable, inclusive toy paradigm of the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This will save landfills millions of square meters that could ordinarily be filled with human shit and Pokemon toys and dolls and stuffed animals and board games and old issues of Der Stürmer magazine. Now everyone will wear masks. Everyone will take the needle. Everyone will do exactly what they are told. What is the public-private partnership? The public-private partnership is the centerpiece of the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution. In this public-private sector partnership, the public, as represented by the government, will hold you down. The corporations will give it to you up your private sector, while the government holds you down. You see, this is the public-private partnership that sits at the core of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Because making the corporations doing the dirty work that the government would like to do, but would be liable legally and constitutionally, now the corporations will fuck you up the ass, and there will be no accountability, no recourse, no restitution. I am Klaus Schwab, and that is the Great Reset.
Bye, Klaus.